Hey, this is Tom Triwitty. An important part of the system of breathwork that I teach people involves understanding and applying the concept that thoughts are creative, that our thoughts create our reality. This is based on a universal law called the law of attraction, which states, that which is like unto itself is drawn. What this basically means is like attracts like. What we think about expands or increases. Positive thoughts create positive results in our lives, and negative thoughts create negative results in our lives. So thought is creative, but emotion plays an important role in this as well. Emotion is the energy in motion which propels thoughts into manifesting. It's important to have the two. I sometimes like to use the analogy that thought is the male principle, like the sperm, and emotion is the female principle, like the egg. It is the uniting of the sperm with the egg that creates life. And so, it is the uniting of thoughts with emotions which creates and manifests things in people's lives. So what if you don't believe that thoughts are creative? What if you have certain things going on in your life you're not happy about, you're not sure how they got that way, and you're not sure what to do about it? What if you feel like a victim? There's a term used in the psychology field, as well as certain metaphysical circles, called victim consciousness. This basically means that there's a belief that there is someone or something outside of you that can affect or control your happiness or well-being in some way, in which case you may feel helpless, hopeless, out of control. You may feel like a victim. Perhaps living in the world, many of us have felt like a victim at one time or another. But to continuously feel like a victim, the adopting of a victim consciousness can have a lot of negative results in people's lives. Breathwork shifts people out of this state of victim consciousness into being more responsible for their health and their lives. People begin to see that if they're not happy with the way things are going for them, they can change their thoughts, they can change their emotions, and experience a more positive outcome. Breathwork helps people to come into their power, not power used in a negative sense, such as to control or manipulate others, but personal power, to be empowered, to be all you can be, to develop your full gifts and potentials, to have the power and the freedom to create and manifest what you want. In alignment with the law of attraction, it is very important to think about or focus on what you want, rather than what you don't want. If I was to say to you, don't think of the color red. In order for you to understand this statement, your brain must first access the meaning of the word red, and then somehow push it out of your mind, so you don't think about it. The subconscious does not process a negative, so when you say or think thoughts such as, I'm not sick, or I don't want to be sick, you're actually attracting sickness to you. It is much better to say I'm healthy, or at least I want to be healthy. I learned this concept in the early days of working with people. In an initial interview with my clients, I would ask questions like, well, what's the problem? Or what's wrong? My clients would go on and on telling me all the things they didn't want. By the end of the session, we were both bummed out. It is much better to ask, what is it that you want? This creates a win-win situation and helps people to achieve their goals. So, what if you're still not convinced that thoughts are creative? What if you say to me, affirmations don't work for me. Positive thinking doesn't work for me. I try to think positively, and negative things still keep happening in my life. My response to this is that psychologists tell us that we use less than 10% of our brain. Well, if this is true, I believe it is, and if thoughts are creative, which I believe they are, this means we're creating not only with the less than 10% of our conscious mind, but the greater than 90% of our subconscious mind. This means that more than 90% of what we're creating we're not consciously aware of. Any negative suppressed thoughts and emotions in the subconscious are creating negative results in our lives that we're not consciously aware of. Kind of a scary thought, actually, but an excellent argument to do a process like breathwork to help to clear things out. It is the negative suppressed thoughts and emotions in the subconscious that can to a large degree explain why we tend to sabotage things in our lives. A person can want to lose weight, they lose weight for a while, and gain it right back. Somebody could want to improve their prosperity, you get a new job with better pay, and they end up getting fired or quitting. Someone could want a rewarding, intimate relationship, meet somebody new that they like, things seem to be going well, and then, for whatever reason, they end up breaking up. Until the deeper, negative suppressed thoughts and emotions in the subconscious are cleared, people will keep creating and manifesting things that they don't want. So it's important to think about what you want rather than what you don't want. Also, what's extremely important is to feel your feelings and to integrate your negative emotions. If you had strong feelings of anger or fear, and I gave you the affirmation, I am calm, relaxed, and at peace with myself, it probably wouldn't help you that much. If it was anger you're experiencing and I gave you that affirmation, it might make you angrier and want to punch me. Giving an affirmation when there's a negative emotion like this is like planting seeds on a rock with weeds all around. If, however, if you're experiencing a negative emotion such as this, if you were to breathe, feel the feeling, and relax into it, the sustained conscious connected breathing would move the energy, free up the negative emotion, and you'd feel much better afterwards. And then your positive thoughts, your affirmations, would be like planting seeds in fertile soil with plenty of water and sunshine to grow and flourish and truly help you to manifest what you want. An excellent way to apply the law of attraction is to experience gratitude. I tell people, think about what you want rather than what you don't want. Well, gratitude is thinking about what you have rather than what you don't have. And what you think about expands or increases. A great time to experience or feel gratitude is right before you go to bed at night. You can think of all the things that you are thankful or grateful for that happened throughout the course of the day, as well as all the things that you are thankful or grateful for that are taking place in your life. Gratitude uses positive emotion. Positive thoughts and emotions attract what you want. Negative thoughts and emotions attract what you don't want. This is why it's extremely important to integrate your negative emotions, shift them from negative to positive, and raise the quality of your thoughts. Breathwork not only helps you to access your subconscious mind, it helps you to get in touch with your superconscious mind, your spiritual self, your soul, and your spirit. The breath is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual worlds. Your soul communicates to you through your feelings. This is why I am constantly recommending to people, listen to your feelings, feel your feelings. When you do, you develop an intuition. You get insights into the nature of some of your problems and what to do about it. You can understand what you may need to learn or experience in order to get to the source of your health problems. And then you are more likely to create a long-lasting or permanent healing. I hope you liked this video. If so, please click the like and subscribe buttons. I hope you use the law of attraction in ways that are very positive and beneficial in your life. Thank you.